Hi guys, so today I thought I'd make a comparison video between classical Alice Pullip right here and classical Alice Sepia version right here. So let's start with first, classical Alice of course came first, and she, the colors of her outfit and her hair and everything is based off of a lot of Alice dolls that we've seen around. And the sepia version would be sort of a, I guess the name says a sepia, maybe she was in the sepia world or black and white type of world. So it's the same exact doll in style, just sepia color. So let's first take a look at just their overall look. As we can see here, it's all the same, and I'll show you guys more in detail the differences and similarities. But the one big similarity, of course, is that their outfit is the exact same style. Their hair is also the same exact style, and even the eyes, and I'll show you that up close later on in the video. But that's a huge similarity, of course. It's essentially the same doll, just recolored. And one thing, of course, on the bottom here, their tights and the shoes is exactly the same. They're both wearing striped black and white tights, and they have the black Mary Janes right here. Another thing that I'll show you real quick here is their headband. As you can see, it's exactly the same style. The difference is the color. And they do have the same exact, I forget the name of this, guys, but it's the same exact, it's the same little face here. The only difference is the colors, as we can see, but it's the same material. I have done separate reviews in more detail of each one of these, and I'll put the link down below in the description if you want to check that out. But I thought I'd make this video because I do think sometimes when you have the same version, two different versions of the same doll, sometimes you can't afford to get both, or you don't want to get both, you don't have the space. So I thought this would help. I first got the sepia version, because the classical version was not available. It had been long sold out for a long time, and I finally was able to get her. She got restocked on Pullip Style recently, so if you guys like her at the end of this, I definitely recommend checking out Pullip Style as soon as possible, because these dolls sell out quickly. So let's get started by taking a look at their stock. Okay, so I have removed the aprons from the dolls. As we can see, it's the same exact design, the golden accents and everything. The only difference is the color of the bows here on the bottom. The classical version is brown and the sepia version is black. But other than that, exactly the same. Look, even the golden color on the straps right there. Okay, so let's take a look at the dresses without the aprons, just for a comparison. So as we can see, it's the same exact style and fabric type, but it's not the same color. So as we have the classical Alice here, it's of course a blue dress with some brown detail, brown and gold. And then we have the sepia version, which is more of a gray color with some black and gold accents on there. So, but as we can see, it is the same exact style, just different colors. I definitely think that the blue dress can be worn by itself without the apron, but this dress, I'm not so sure. I don't know, it lacks, that pop. I don't know what it is, but it just seems a little more plain than this one here. I guess the color definitely makes a difference. So now let's take a look at their face up. Okay, so let's compare, sorry about that guys, their face up. So as we can see, the first obvious difference is definitely the eye color. However, the eye like design, the chips, the eye chips, the design, it's exactly the same. It's just the color that's different. You know, the classical Alice is blue and hers, and as the sepia version is gray. But as you can see, the detail in the eye chip is exactly the same, just the color is different. Also, this inner part area of their eyes is exactly the same, and the eyelashes are also exactly the same. Now the difference that we can see here, of course, the eyebrows are definitely different. The classical version has brown eyebrows and sepia has gray, very faint eyebrows. Another difference is the eye makeup on top. As we can see, the sepia version has a pinkish kind of eye makeup surrounding the eye, and she does have a little bit of blue liner. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera there, as opposed to the classical version, which is blue eyeshadow, but she also has the blue liner on top of the eye. And of course the lips is also a different color. The classical version has pink lips, and this one has a more of a, I forgot the name of this color, but you guys can see that it is different. Now let's see the eye. Yeah, they both have just natural toned eyelids, so there's no difference there as well. So now let's take a look at their wigs. Okay, so their wigs obviously are different colors. The classical version has this golden blonde color, and the sepia version has this kind of grayish white color. In terms of quality, I do think that the classical version is a bit better, at least for mine. I mean, I don't know if it's all of them were like this, but my sepia version, just straight out of the box, you know, she came with very frizzy hair, and I'll show you guys in a minute when I turn her around. But before I get to that, so they do have the same exact style. You know, they have bangs with the curls, and the length of the hair I believe is the same. I'll turn them around so we can see that. But I do think that Sepia's wig is a bit thinner here on top. She has definitely less hair. I mean, it's, I don't know if you guys can see, but look, her bangs, the classical version, look a lot thicker. Like there are 2 layers of hair here as opposed to hers. She doesn't even have a lot of hair right here on this side. So that's one difference. Both of them do have kind of thin wigs on top. I did show that in their individual reviews, but as you can see, we can see a little bit of the wig cap, I think more so on the sepia version, as you guys can see here. Let me turn them around so we can see the back. Yeah, so they are the same length, and I'll show you guys in a bit. Here, let me. So as we can see they are the same length, and they do have the same style. So it's with the curls, but see, notice how the sepia version is a lot more frizzy. She just came out of the box like this, and the classical version, her hair wig was actually a lot better in the box. So that was something that I thought was better, as opposed to the sepia version, which unfortunately was very just frizzy straight out of the box. But overall, they do have very similar wigs in terms of style. So that was my comparison video of the Alice Pullip dolls, the classical versions. I hope it has helped you guys in some way. If you, like I said, if you can't afford to get both. My overall impression is I love them both, especially together. I think they look adorable. But if you do have to choose one, I think I would choose the classical version, just because the pop of color, I don't know, she really stands out. You know, this one, I mean, she's beautiful in her own way, but this one definitely, if they're standing together, she definitely stands out more. So if you are able to still find her on Pullip Style, or one of these big retailers that are not gonna charge you $300 for, I definitely recommend getting her. She does, like I said, mentioned before, she sells out fast. So if you like Alice, or if you just like this doll, I recommend you checking it out. I'll put the link to Pullip Style in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up for Alice, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!